Yo, what's up guys? So today's video is going to be a little bit different to my typical style of videos. So in this particular video I'm going to give you a very quick crash course for beginners on Photoshop. How to turn average dull photographs like this into pictures like this. So if you're interested in knowing how I do it, just keep watching the video and I'll explain exactly how to do it. These days, nearly all high schools and colleges have media classes. Some of the things I see these days is unbelievable. State-of-the-art iMac suites with Photoshop, sometimes even Adobe Premiere Pro, like really high-end editing software. Whereas I remember when I was back at school, I literally had none of that. Fuck, how long ago was that at school? Jesus Christ, that was 13 years ago. Holy shit. So basically what I'm trying to say is I didn't really have that privilege or the online resources that you guys have these days. Like YouTube, you type in tutorial on YouTube and you'll find thousands and thousands of media tutorials, color correction, editing, anything you really want to find, you'll be able to find it. So yeah, I suppose that's why you clicked on this video, so thanks I guess. Okay, I'm rambling on a lot here. Let's get straight into the video. Okay, so the first step is actually opening up Photoshop. Pretty simple. Click it open, it opens. And you want to find the folder that you've got the photograph you want to edit saved in. In this case I've got a folder here called tutorial. Pretty straightforward. 8192 is the image, so just basically click and drag it into Photoshop. Boom, in. So that's the first stage. Open up Photoshop and import the image. If you're having problems with that, you're going to struggle with the rest of this. Now we have the image imported into Photoshop, we want to add a LUT, which is short for lookup table. There's tons of tutorials online you can check out explaining exactly what LUTs do and how they work. But for the sake of this beginner video, I want to dumb it down for you a little bit. Think of LUTs as like a photo filter, similar to what you'd use on Instagram, you know, all the different filters you can choose from. Depending on the colours and exposures in the particular photograph you took, these LUTs or colour filters will drastically change the look and feel of your photograph. I'm sure there are a few sites online where you can get free LUTs with a quick Google search, but it's like anything, you get what you pay for. I found a really good set of LUTs online from a guy called RayazMN. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'll link his website down below. He was selling over 80 custom built LUTs, or colour filters like I told you, for $27, which is about 15 quid back home. Absolute bargain. So if you really want to step up your Instagram game and take things seriously, I'd recommend buying these. Now you've downloaded and installed your LUTs, we can start experimenting. To apply different LUTs in Photoshop, you just go up to the Windows tab at the top and make sure the adjustments is ticked. Then you simply just hover over to the adjustment dock over here, and then you find the icon called Color Lookup. There it is. You click on that, and then the properties will pop up. Now you have to do is just click the drop down menu beside 3D LUT files, as you can see here, and just begin experimenting with all different LUTs until you find one you're happy with. And remember, as I said earlier, not every LUT will look the same on different images due to the time of the day the picture was taken, or maybe like the particular colours in the photograph. So just for the length of this video, I've actually spent the last 10-15 minutes going through like 40 or 50 different LUTs to find this one I'm actually really happy with. So you can see before in the picture, the sky is really white and washed out, whereas this LUT really brings out the blues. The only thing I don't really like is the buildings are very oversaturated and they look very orangey. So it takes away from me in the centre of the picture. So now what I want to do is lower the saturation of the buildings so I really stand out in the middle. I'll show you how to do that. So first off, once you're happy with the LUT, you want to just merge the layers together. Hit Command, Shift and E, or Control if it's a PC. That'll merge it all together, and then you want to duplicate another layer. So hit Command or Control J. Then that'll, you see there, will pop up another layer just in case you make a mistake. You've always the other layer to fall back on. You want to go up to your toolbar and find the lasso tool, and then your feather, change it to around 80. That'll sort of soften around the edges so you don't get like a harsh edge. And then pretty much just click and drag around the part of the photograph that you want to desaturate. I know this is very rough, this is just for tutorial purposes, but you'll get the idea. So yeah, just drag it all the way around and then let go, and then it'll all merge together. And then go up to Image, and then click Adjustments, and then you want to look for Hue Saturation. And there it is in the middle. I'll just show you here, I want to drag it all the way to the top. Like it's really silly looking. And then you drag it right to the bottom, it takes all the colour out of it. So pretty much just want to find a sweet spot and like somewhere where, as I said, I'll stand it in the middle. It looks pretty good around there. 47. Then just click OK. And just click off the image. That's it, done. That was pretty simple. In my opinion, I think this photograph's a little bit far away, so I want to crop it in a little bit. You want to go up to your crop tool, click that, and then you'll see unconstrained at the top. You want to change that to 8.5 times 11. That's actually the perfect Instagram portrait size. Just click that, and you just want to nudge up and down with your arrow keys. Pretty much in this photograph, I want this the tower to be right in the middle. That's probably perfect there. And just hit enter. That's it. And then that's it cropped. Next up for this image, I want to give it that old vintage sort of look. So you can see there the darks are very, very dark, like around the trees and stuff, and the staircases it's very, very black. I want to sort of bring it out a little bit and sort of throw in some greys in there to give that old feel. So to achieve that old vintage hipster look, you want to go up to image, adjustments, and then hit exposure. Then you want to play around with the gamma correction first. You're going to move it over to the right here, which is actually going to make things a little bit darker, which doesn't really make sense, but it all makes sense here now. So then you want to go up to your offset, and you want to slightly start moving that over ever so slightly to the right. That will definitely bring up the blacks into sort of that grey colour. There we go. I think we can go a little bit more. Yeah, see what I mean? Now you see a lot more detail in the trees and stuff. Hit OK, that looks very, very good. And, no, very good. Yeah, so I'll show you before and after. Look at the difference in the buildings and the sky. I just love how the sky stays the same, but the buildings like really lowers the saturation and brings me out sort of in the subject a lot more. So next up, we're going to start messing around with the sky.
Double rainbow all the way across the sky.
In order to really make the clouds pop out of the sky, you want to just go over to the burn tool over in the toolbar. Click that, and there'll be a few different options at the top you'll see here. You want to make sure it's on shadows. That really gives the best effect. And then you can change around your exposure. I just keep it at 100. And then pretty much all you want to do is just click and drag and paint in around the clouds. Literally, the clouds just start popping out from the sky, as you can see here. It takes a bit of work, so I'm going to cut the video to make it a little bit shorter. So you can see there, the clouds are standing out way, way better than they were before. There's before and after again. Awesome. I'm going to go work on it for another 10-15 minutes here. I know I can get it even better, but if I show this all in video, it'll last forever. So yeah, bear with me. Alright, I just spent about 15 minutes working on this image even more, and you can see the clouds. I brought them out a lot more, changed the colours slightly as well, and I've dodged and burned around the buildings there. I just want to show you here, that's kind of before and after. So it does take a little bit of work, folks. Like, you're not just going to get this overnight, unfortunately. You just have to sit and work with it, just using a few different things. This is the outcome you will be able to get eventually. It takes a lot of practice, but you'll be able to get there. Like, you can really see the definition there in the clouds. Some might say this is a bit too overkill, but I just wanted to give it that dramatic look. So that's what I'm going for. That's my style, whatever. Next up, I want to show you how to add in the birds. I'm going to add in birds just right beside the tower. I think I might add a cool sort of cinematic, like, I don't know, epic effect, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to crack into that. Okay, there's this really cool site I found online. It's called Google. Not sure if you've heard about it. Anyway, yeah, just type in birds or birds flocking. That's what I searched the last time. And I found one, this one in images with a white background. It looks pretty cool. It'll be easy to remove the white. I'm going to show you how to do that. First, save the image, open up Photoshop again, and then paste it in. You can do edit paste. I'm sure you all know, like Microsoft Word and all that stuff. Just hit Command V or Control V. That'll paste it in. Now, you want to hit Control T. That'll bring up the little bars around the outside. That's the transform tool. And then you want to hold in Command and Shift at the same time, and then find the arrow. This one, exactly like that, and hold in Command and Shift and then drag it up. That'll keep them in proportion, so you'll not the birds will not be all like wonky. Find about a size that looks good, hit enter, and just drag it up into position. That actually looks a bit too big, so I want to hit Control T again, and then hold in Command and Shift, and then bring it down. That looks about right there. Yep. Enter again. And then you want to go over into your blend modes over in your layers over on the right hand side. Turn it to color burn. Boom. That's it. It eliminates all the white in the picture and leaves the black. But as you can see here, it's a little bit dark because we made that hipster sort of vintage feel. The same again, go into adjustments, exposure like I showed you, and then bring the offset up until it looks kind of natural. You want that grey sort of look a little bit more. Yep, that looks pretty good. And then enter. And also you can bring the opacity down as well, because it kind of looks a little bit fake. That's a bit too much. I'll bring it up to about, let's say about 80 or so here. That's it. I'll zoom out, and then literally, that's it. Birds are in. Bish bash bosh, as they say. There you go. I think it looks a lot better with it. It adds more character to the picture. Pretty easy. So there we have it, guys. Before and after pictures. Looks fucking so much better, you have to agree. I finally made my first YouTube tutorial video, so I'm kind of chuffed with myself. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna go out and get fucking drunk tonight, like. But yeah, anyway, if you like the tutorial, just please give it a like and let me know in the comments below what you'd like to see next. And what I always say, show to your friends. Something I forget actually. Sláinte! Woo! Let's get drunk.